Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague, and with me like always is the man who is playing Yoshi in the Mario movie, Noah Bailey.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we're leading with that. So Nintendo had their fated September Direct, which they have pretty much every year, and it, in my opinion, was a pretty solid one. Not mind-blowing, but fairly solid. They had some pretty decent announcements. 3D Kirby game, first of its kind, surprisingly enough. New footage of Bayonetta 3 finally. The reveal that a Smash Bros. Reveal will come on October 5th. Cool. like
they knew what they were doing, but I'll allow it.
it will be the last Smash presentation for
Right.
Smash Ultimates. I don't mind it having its own thing. I will be off work that day, so I get to see it live. Cool. When I saw that date, I was like, I hope I have off that day. I do. Because at 10 a.m., that would have been a little annoying if I got to miss the last one, but I don't, so it's fine. And just a couple other cool little announcements here and there, nothing like, terrible or disappointing or whatever. And then Miyamoto shows up, and you're thinking, oh, maybe he's here to announce like a new Star Fox or F-Zero or Mario Odyssey 2. Nope, he's here to announce the release date and the casting for the Mario movie coming out next December. And I don't think I have ever laughed harder in my life than this little segment of him announcing the cast for the Mario
movie. I thought it was fake. I'm not even gonna joke. Like, I legit did not think it was a real thing.
Chris Pratt.
Yep.
Is Mario.
That's not even it. Like, that's
oh like, no, there's more. No,
that's
like that alone. I was like, what?
It gets so much better.
I was like, what? Anya Taylor-Joy is Peach. And my brother and I were like, yeah, that makes sense. Why not? Like, if you're gonna get some famous person to play a show, the Queen's Gambit lady, why not? Charlie Day as Luigi. Sure, why not? Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. Sure, why not?
Oddly enough, that's like the least weirdest one.
I know, but it shouldn't be.
I know, no, like, it's weird, but like that's the only one that I wasn't like, why?
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Well, like, that one kind of fits, but it's still crazy. Does it though? I think it does. Like, I can hear it. Like imagine him voicing Pumbaa from the Lion King movie, and then just kind of like put that into Donkey Kong.
I guess, but like,
and Jack Black as Bowser.
Oh yeah, yes. Jack Black, I don't care what it is. If Jack Black's in it, I don't care. I like it. Like, I don't like, you can't hate Jack Black.
This is so obviously Illumination Studios telling Miyamoto, like, hey, these are the people that we're getting to voice these characters. Like, we're Illumination. We only get huge name celebrities to voice our cartoon characters. This is what we have. Sure, we can get Charles Martinet, the voice of every Mario character ever for the past 25 years. He can do additional voices. Yeah, that'll be his thing. Secret cameos. Why?
Just imagine that. You're like lifelong character, the person you're most famous for. You're like the understudy.
You're attached to the project.
Yeah, like it's like an honorary position almost, but it's not because you're still working. You're just not doing the character you should be.
Like, he might come on and play like Wario or something for one scene, but like, like,
they should get John Cena to play Wario.
Honestly, that wouldn't be crazier than Chris Pratt as Mario. and like, the thing that like made me what was the weirdest about this announcement was like, it was like, Chris Pratt is gonna play Mario. He's so cool. Mario is going to be talking a lot in this movie, so I'm looking forward to hearing Chris Pratt in the role. Like, Mario isn't a cool guy. He's kind of dopey.
And like, my thing about this is like, they don't really talk that much other than, you know, like,
outside of the Super Mario show, which is weird, the Super Mario movie from the early 90s, which is a blast. It's kind of bad, but it's a blast. Like, it's weird when he talks. But like, and I understand if he's the primary character, like he's the main character of a 90+ minute movie, and it would make sense for your main character to talk. I get it, but I don't trust him to do a voice. I think he's just gonna do his Emmett from Lego Movie voice, and that's Mario.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be Mario. It's gonna be Chris Pratt, or it's gonna be Chris Pratt playing himself over Mario CGR graphic or whatever they use.
Yes.
So, but that's gonna be all of the characters, though. I mean, aren't you excited that they're Charlie Day Luigi?
I actually kind of am.
I really am. Like, this is gonna be so like, this is so stupid. Like, Charlie Day in anything, I'm ready for it, because I'm like, it's gonna be one of those movies.
Yep.
It's like Charlie Day for me in a movie represents hot garbage, but in a good way, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm like, actually, okay. Chris Pratt and Charlie Day actually both were in the Lego Movie together. So there's that.
Yeah, that's true. The Lego Movie is not hot garbage. The Lego Movie is actually quality, so that's true. Yeah. But still, I don't see this working out. This is going to be a fun movie it's going to be fun in like a watch it crash and burn kind of way.
And since it is an Illumination, I guarantee Jack Black Bowser will have at least one musical number. I'm okay with that.
So excited for that. Yes.
I know, right?
Yes. I'm still kind of upset. I'm still kind of upset Kung Fu Panda didn't have they didn't have any musical numbers in Kung Fu Panda, did they?
No.
Not really.
It's like, I don't know. I think it wouldn't have. I think it's fine. It wouldn't have really fit.
I know, but it wouldn't have been crazy. I feel like it could have squeezed one in there.
DreamWorks isn't really known for those, I don't think. I have since Prince of Egypt, I guess.
Oh well, that's
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's its own thing, but well, I mean, even yeah, okay, I guess that's true. It's the only DreamWorks music I can really think of is that the epic Shrek 2 scene, but other than that,
right,
that's kind of it.
Yeah, Shrek. I guess Shrek did have more music,
because they kind of mix it, because they kind of had the background poppy music, but also the occasional singing and their own soundtrack. It was a really good mix of the three. So
yeah, I feel like Shrek is just kind of its own thing, whereas Illumination,
exactly,
they're crazy over there.
Yeah, I don't. This is gonna be weird.
Yes. Weirdly enough, I think the Illumination art style is pretty good for Mario. I just wish that Illumination wasn't making the movie. That makes sense.
This movie sounds like it's gonna hurt to look at, physically. That makes sense.
There's gonna be the Mario characters doing a lot of moving and a lot of random just I don't know,
there's gonna be weird jokes, there's gonna be pop culture references that don't need it. There's gonna be a TikTok joke in there somewhere. I don't know what it's gonna be about.
There's gonna be at least one joke about Mario being on shrooms.
Yes. No, it's gonna be Luigi, because Charlie Day's way more believable.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, I don't know. That mushroom, something's wrong with that mushroom. I think the room is spinning or something.
And I really want Anya Taylor-Joy to play a Peach that's just done with it all. She doesn't mind that she's kidnapped.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just another day at the office.
Mm. Like, what is Donkey Kong gonna do in this movie?
Donkey Kong.
And like Cranky Kong is also in this. Like, this is. Just again, I don't think I've ever laughed harder than just the sequential craziness of that of those announcements.
Like, this is happening, and that is all.
Like, literally no one.
No.
I really, really don't understand why animation studios insist on getting big name celebrity voices to voice animated characters. Like, I'm not gonna give a movie any more respect if it has these big name voice actors as opposed to having voice actors or having people that fit the roles better. But
I don't know, because my thing is like, it's not like the kids care. Like, they're like,
yes.
I feel like, you know what I mean? Now I'm not saying that like they won't recognize certain names, but if it's something a kid wants to see, an 8-year-old's gonna be like, I don't know, I don't trust the actor, and you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
the kid, like, as long as Mario says something funny, nobody cares. Like,
exactly.
it's like, you think the kids are like, oh man, I don't know. It's like, you think the kids saw Despicable Me? It's like, oh, Steve Carell, I know him from The Office. Like, like when you're
Nope.
5, you don't think that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the adults know that, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
the kids aren't
like
thinking that. Like,
I mean, I know the reason why big name celebrities are in every animated movie. It's because it worked so well for Aladdin. Even though Robin Williams didn't want his name being attached to the movie to be like the main focal point of the advertising, but it was anyway. But whatever.
but I mean, he did kind of make the movie, so it's kind of hard to like not.
But
yeah.
Like, he didn't want that. He specifically told Disney, "I don't want to discredit voice actors going forward just because he didn't even want to do it. He only agreed because they said they wouldn't make him the focus point of the advertising, and they did. And then every movie after that got they got real actors to play these voices.
Yeah.
Not to say that voice actors aren't real actors, you know what I'm saying? Like,
people who are live action actors to dominate voice acting roles.
Yes.
Yeah. Because again, voice actors are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's really good ones, and they don't get the respect reserved, obviously, because you don't see them. Mm-hmm. But like, they're like the voice. Like, when you just hear someone, don't even see, but you hear a voice and you just immediately like, oh, I love this character because they voiced. Like, there's so much power to that.
Like, Kevin Michael Richardson is going to be in the movie as Kamek, that weird little blue witch guy. First of all the Mario characters to be voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, you make him the high-pitched little blue mini boss witch. Like, that's weird. Yeah. Like, that would have been a decent Donkey Kong or Bowser, even. Like,
definitely a Bowser.
Yes. Or one of Bowser's Koopaling kids or something, but no
something.
Like, that's, as far as we know, that's the only voice actor that's going to be in your animated movie, and he's just a side character. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're just like, that's kind of, that's like super. Yeah, it's kind of degrading because it's like, that's like the biggest, you know what I mean? As far as voice actor, that's like the biggest voice actor. He's like, because he's like among voice actors, he's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, wow, you're gonna make, it's basically additional voices pretty much. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of just like, bro, this guy's like I don't know, I can't think of a random actor who's like pretty famous, but not like, I don't know. Like, on this playing field, that's kind of messed up, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, if the trailers look good, if Chris Pratt actually does a voice for Mario and it sounds decent, we'll see if it'll work out. But like, that was definitely not who I was expecting to play Mario. I definitely wasn't expecting Charles Martinet to play him because I know the universe isn't fair, but I was expecting someone who would at least fit closer.
Yeah, or like somewhat believable.
Yeah.
But
whatever, like maybe we should have known since Mario in Mario plus Rabbids 2 is basically Star-Lord now. Maybe that was like a hint at Mario being played by Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I don't know how we missed that. That was pretty obvious. But next time. But
yeah, okay. Whatever.
This is happening.
Yeah, it sure is. It was announced right smack in the middle of a Nintendo Direct.
No. Did we ask for it? Nope. Are we gonna get it anyway? You betcha.
By Illumination coming out next December. Okay. So moving over to Disney to Disney stuff. Did you see the Hawkeye trailer?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I like the song. It was a good mix of like, oh yeah, holiday song, but also, oh, stuff blows up. Like not over the top. I mean, it was like kind of funny, but like not that funny. You know, I feel like the jokes that were supposed to be hilarious were kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like the trailer seems very like, but I feel like it's gonna be better than the trailer portrays, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, considering I had no expectations for this show and that trailer looked decent, like actually like something that like I don't know if I would necessarily call it like good yet, but it looked way better than I was expecting. Yeah, I mean, like I've said before, Marvel hasn't missed in 10 years. Like, since I guess closer to like 7 since Thor: The Dark World, really. So like,
yeah, it's either they've either been out of the park or like not terrible, pretty much.
Like this, if for no other reason than I want to see the Steve Rogers musical. Like that has a whole episode dedicated to it.
There's always a musical about like superhero characters for something. Like ever since that Batman Beyond episode where they have the musical Batman, and I'm just like, what is it with musical? But I still think it's going to be hilarious.
Yes.
And I feel like they might be able to use some of the criticism they heard about John Walker and like emphasize it with this new whoever plays Captain America. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be a very kind of smart way to play that. But that's just my thoughts.
Yeah. So, it looks promising. I think it's coming out November 24th. So yeah, like it's a Marvel thing. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like we'll see how it ranks in the other Marvel shows so far. So far, Marvel shows have been very good.
Yeah.
Like when like the lowest on the tier so far is Falcon and Winter Soldier, like you're doing pretty good. So
yeah, exactly. And again, the show's not bad, just not mind bending, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's the bar.
Speaking of mind bending, the next episode of What If is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think they used this latest episode to kind of, bring down the seriousness. So this next episode can just knock her thoughts off.
Ultron Vision with all the Infinity Stones. Sure.
Just unfair. Ultron Vision just we don't need it. We can get another universe, right? It's okay. He can have this one. That's fine. Fine.
But yeah.
You don't have to share. It's fine. We can get it on. But yeah, I'm very excited for this next one because I think the second to last one or last one?
Yeah, second to last.
Okay, yeah, second to last.
I think there's 9.
Okay, maybe this is a two-parter.
Yeah, it'd be a
That'd
first.
be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, my guess is that the Watcher is actually going to be a little more involved now that like,
Okay.
oh, things are going bad.
Yeah. The Watcher finally decides to do more than just watch. That'd be a first.
I really love a little detail of at the very end of the Thor episode, right before Vision showed up, the Watcher is like doing his little ending spiel. He's like, they lived happily ever after, and then deliberately blinked, and then was like, what? And then Vision came. Like, he blinked, and then Vision, like, he looked away for half a second, and everything went to crap. Like that little detail is just so interesting.
It's always and it's it's legit because like they never do anything not on purpose these days. It's like every little minute detail is like planned out. So that and I like how he said we live happily ever after because most of the episodes have kind of ended kind of terribly, but there's a little
Most
hope.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, either the whole world's all zombies or all the
Avengers are dead, or Iron Man is dead, or Iron Man is dead, or
yeah.
Iron Man
That's not been a good
times.
one for Iron Man. I'm pretty sure, like everyone he's been in, he's been dead.
Even he died in what was the second episode?
Second episode was the Star-Lord one. I don't think he was in that one.
Okay, it wasn't in that. Yeah, he died in the Nick Fury's Big Day one. He died as a zombie. He technically died in Doctor Strange's episode because the entire universe got destroyed.
Right. And then there was
Killmonger killed him.
Yeah, Killmonger, which that was a really good one. I really
that was a very good one. Yeah,
I really like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like them all. I really like them all.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one. Honestly, the weakest one's probably either just been the first one because I just wasn't as interesting, but like
the first one, I personally really liked it, although relative to the other ones, it kind of played it safe. Oh my gosh. Essentially, it was like the main story of the first Avenger, just with Peggy Carter instead of Steve, which I think is fine. Like I think realistically, not much really would have changed, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it was just kind of like lean in, just kind of like as a lead into like
testing the waters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think so. Yeah, because again, that one was definitely the most similar. All the other ones were like really different, but that one was pretty similar. But and again, I think that's fine because again, I think it's a reason they put that one first. I feel like if that came out like this week, it'd be like, oh, that was kind of like. But after Marvel Zombies, like unless you're doing something ridiculous, it's gonna be kind of hard to. Because even this one last week was kind of like it was definitely like it played its role because I think it was trying to be that like chill one. It was kind of just more fun than serious, but still.
Yeah, like essentially, this episode really could have been titled "What If Thor and Captain Marvel Fought?" Like that's the entire premise for like we need a scenario to get Thor and Captain Marvel to fight. We don't know why yet. We just need something to happen because we want them to fight. Fans have wanted to see this fight. We're gonna get them to fight. So we're gonna have Party Thor. Why not? And then go from there.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, Party Thor seemed like a cool guy. Like, yes, he probably was gonna destroy the planet low key, but it would have been legendary.
I kind of don't understand I don't really understand how he became Party Thor if Loki didn't become his brother. That doesn't really track with me. Like, is it like if Loki isn't there to be the mischievous one, Thor has to be the mischievous one, or the like out there one?
I think that's kind of what they were going for. It's kind of like because Loki's not keeping him on his toes or always challenging him, he's kind of just never feels any reason to try.
I get that seems more than just not a reason to try. That seems like it, especially since he was chastised and became unworthy for less in the real Thor movie.
That is true. That's a good point.
Or is it in that movie because Loki is Loki, Odin was like, I don't want you turning into Loki, so I'm going to teach you a lesson because there's no Loki here to compare him.
That's a good point,
We'll go with
too.
that. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I think that's a good point because, because again, without the actual comparison available, I think that makes a big difference because people, it's natural, even, Nordic gods, are victims of comparison. So it's like, without having that bar there, you're kind of just like, because like because again, I know you've had the whole, why can't you be like your brother? Like, you know what I mean? Like every pair of siblings has had that at least once.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be different. Granted, I've never been an only child, but
Yeah. So yeah, like this Wednesday's What If is gonna be something.
Buckle up for this one.
Mm-hmm. So this next story, I don't really think anything will actually come from it, but it seemed like a kind of big deal just in case. I'm gonna cover it here. So apparently the estates of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko are attempting to sue Marvel specifically, for the rights to their characters back, specifically characters like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and other characters like that.
Oh.
Something that they are within their legal right to do because there's like been a certain period of time since their creation that their estates are allowed to reclaim them under laws that Disney themselves established with Mickey Mouse 70 years ago. Or something like that. So they're trying to reclaim those characters back from Disney. Marvel, I guess technically, but yeah.
I mean, the obvious question is like, why? Other than like money, but it's kind of just like, why?
Like, just to like, I mean, these people are the ones directly responsible for creating all these characters for Marvel.
This is true.
So it would make sense for their family to have the ownership of them.
But I guess what I'm saying is like, do they want they just want to have the character or like have money that represents the character? Like, what do they want? Kind of.
Essentially, there's two reasons why I'm saying this won't actually be that big of a deal, because essentially if this did go through, people, as soon as the story broke, people kind of selfishly were like, oh no, if this goes through then the MCU is screwed, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, all of them aren't going to be in the MCU anymore. I'm like, calm down. It would just mean that Disney would have to pay the families of the creators of these characters to use them, which I think they can afford.
Yeah, so it's a money thing. Yeah, okay. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I feel. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, just pay them to,
yeah.
Top them a couple percent for your $1 billion movies. I think
exactly.
I think we can
even if it's just a percentage of the revenue that the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness makes.
Okay. So kind of like how so kind of just give them like royalties, I guess, or like a cut or whatever. Okay, yeah, sure.
That doesn't seem too unreasonable to me.
Now it depends on how much they're asking, though. Also,
yeah.
I mean, if they're like, we want 100% of every character, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know if it works like that, but
yeah, I don't know. That's probably why they're specifically suing them in order to kind of get those terms nailed down more.
Yeah,
it does go through.
It might be one of those lawsuits that's like, we're just doing this to get this on paper.
Yes.
Versus like, oh yeah, totally, we'll do this. Wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially since they can't pay their own actors right now. So.
Sure. Yeah.
I kind of get
it. So yeah, not only do I think Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's estates getting the rights to these characters back, not only do I think that wouldn't be a huge deal, because Disney could just pay for the rights to use them. It's also not a big deal because Marvel is countersuing to keep them, and Disney has supplied them with the lawyer that DC used when the Bob Kane estate tried to get the rights for Batman back and failed.
Oh.
So.
And they've got precedent. That ain't good.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah, legal precedent is kind of more powerful than any law in America. Like,
yeah. Well, we're gonna chalk that up in the L category already.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna
like, not only did they stand no chance at all anyway, like the fact that they have the same lawyer that already went through this 10 plus years ago and won that case, like yeah.
Yeah, the law is a crazy thing, but if I've learned anything from all these lawyer shows, if you've got precedent, you might as well. Especially that's exactly the same thing. Like that is exactly like that. I don't even think that's gonna make it through trial. Like that's probably gonna be.
I don't know.
That's probably a settlement will probably have to be, or they'll figure something out. I don't know. But
yeah,
I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah. So.
Well, that
either way this goes, I'm pretty sure the MCU will be fine. I'm pretty sure Marvel Comics and Marvel shows and everything will go as normal.
It would take something insane to actually stop the MCU from like, because even the Spider-Man thing, like, it was in jeopardy for a minute, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? I was like, there's no way they really.
It was less than a month. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, there's no way they would really let that. And for this is all their characters. Like they would burn the world to the ground before they let their characters go away.
Yeah, they have theme parks riding on this, and you know how expensive theme parks are to keep. Like they can't just. They've spent so much money over the past 5 years renovating certain aspects of their theme parks to have these characters in them. They're not just gonna replace them with other characters or completely remove. No.
Nor should, I mean, yeah, and like honestly, nor should they. I mean, the reason all these characters are so popular is because of the MCU. Like, I mean, it's not like people were like, yeah, I want to be Star-Lord before 13?
14. Yeah.
14? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of. I mean, that's the thing though too, because it's like if it is somebody else's character and you are making billions of dollars off it, they should get a cut. But also,
especially since Disney literally wrote the rules,
right?
Which these estates are kind of trying to use to get their characters back in the first place.
Yeah, but
which Disney also wrote the rules that makes it that Sony is using to keep Spider-Man away from them. Also, like it's.
Well, that's what happens when you own everything. Eventually, your own stuff comes back to exactly. But
this is why monopolies are bad.
Yes. Yeah.
For the many reasons why.
Right, because then you end up getting your own rules used against you. Then you kind of look dumb until you figure out a loophole to your own rule that only you know, and then everyone else knows it. So then your rule doesn't even work. So you make a new rule, and that happens. Oh man. But yeah, so that's probably not going to end well for the estate because.
Yeah, I mean, I wish them the best of luck. They'll need it when they're going after Disney or any Disney adjacent company. Like they.
Yeah. I mean, because they've got the best lawyers in existence. Plus, they already have the guy who just, framed his, court case winning of the exact same thing. He's like, oh, I'm going to clear off the shelf pretty much. He's about to get another one kind of. So it's kind of just like, and I feel like he's just going to be the guy for whenever this happens now, or gal or whoever. I don't know who it is, but like, good for them. They're going to be rich again. So good for them, I guess. But.
Like he's gonna be one of those lawyers that like you sue somebody and like you walk into court one day, you see them, just like crap, and just might as well just walk away. Like,
yep. Yeah. The lawyers that whenever it's a lawyer that doesn't need to introduce themselves, that's how you know you're already lost.
Yep. So yeah, how much of Star Wars Visions have you seen?
I saw the first 1.5 because
Hmm.
my internet got weird over the weekend. But that first episode,
Kind of same actually.
Yeah.
I only saw the first 3, and then my internet kind of also went weird this weekend.
Was it the internet or was it just that? Because that was the only thing I had problems with.
It was my internet specifically that went.
Okay.
Like,
Because Disney Plus, because we were watching Demon Slayer and it was fine, and I was like, oh, dude, Star Wars anime. He was like, let's go, and then we turned it on, and then it was like pausing in between, like every like 5 minutes or so it would buffer, and then and I was like, what's going on? But it was kind of only Disney Plus, so I didn't know if everyone was having that problem or what. But
might have been like a weird Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Disney Plus
I don't know.
player
Maybe I need
glitch
to
or something.
update or something. I don't know, but yeah, I saw. But from what I did saw, I was a fan. So
yeah,
that was
I've only seen the first 3, but it's episode 3 is fantastic. It is peak what I wanted from this show. Just absolute
good.
ridiculous anime action.
Love it.
And I was so surprised that they released all 9 episodes in the same day. I
saw that. I was because I thought it was just gonna be the one, and I was just like, we'll just watch. I was like, oh, yeah.
Which I think works for this show specifically because each episode, they're not 22-minute episodes. They're like 13, 17, 20 something, 14. Like it would be a little weird if like the duel was the first episode only 14 minutes long, and wait a week for another 13-minute episode, a week for another 20-minute episode. It was just a little, I think, especially since there is no continuity between them, I think this was fine.
Yeah, I like. So is this all of them?
As far as I know, as far as like the first batch or first season of Visions, this is
okay.
Right now.
Yeah, and that helps with the whole like, why are they releasing everything on Wednesday thing now? Because it's just like, oh, so like, what if will still be reoccurring, and then this is different.
But that still doesn't. But like when they have, Book of Boba Fett running the same time as Hawkeye potentially, at the same time as whatever, Andor at the same time as Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not right. I mean, you're still all right. It's just I don't have that headache yet.
Right now, yeah.
I'll save that aspirin for December.
Yeah. Like, especially if Hawkeye is still running the same day the Book of Boba Fett, even if it's the finale on the same day the Book of Boba Fett comes out, I guarantee Book of Boba Fett's going to be, unless like some crazy cameo happens in Hawkeye, Book of Boba Fett's going to be like the thing people are talking about.
Yes. And that's the thing, because again, it is Star Wars, and it's also arguably one of the most popular characters in all of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same, you know what I mean? And it's also off the heels of Mandalorian, which is like the Star Wars show, like probably the most popular Star Wars show ever, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, like I don't know, but more than likely. And then, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it already has a lot of hype going into it. It's already got build up. People already introduced the main characters already.
Mm-hmm.
So people are hyped for that, but I mean, we'll have to see. But yeah, it throws me off because I liked it when it was like Wednesday, Friday, but I mean, maybe there's some analytical data that suggests it's better to do it this way or something. I don't know, but
it's essentially my guess is that it worked so well for Loki, they just decided to, keep doing that forever. But I think it's because Loki is so popular and Marvel is so popular, and just people just want stuff to watch during the summer. Like that's
kind of.
I think it just
But also, I think they just also know it doesn't really matter.
True.
Like you're gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really matter which one you watch first. You're gonna watch it. So maybe it's just a proof of point. It's like, I bet you guys release them on the same day. Your ratings go down. It's like, let's find out.
Yeah.
Some guy at home's like, dang it, they're doing better than ever. Definitely could be the reason why.
HBO Max over there being like, guys, we got to release our shows right now. We don't have anything to release. Dang it. The Game of Thrones show is still a year and a half away. Well, no one wants to watch it anyway, but fast track it. Go.
All I'm saying is that, oh man, yeah. I mean, they're coming, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, Young Justice next month, so.
Yeah, Harley Quinn soon-ish,
Yes.
I think.
Yes. Harley Quinn season 3. I'm actually really looking forward to. I need to know how that goes.
Doom Patrol got a new season coming soon as well, which I think I need to watch at some point. I probably should.
Like, I know nothing about this show. I have heard like moderately good things about it, and I'm like, it deserves a chance, and I know it does, but I'm not gonna watch it.
Same.
And I just kind of know it. I just kind of know I'm not gonna watch it. I'm like, I'm just not like I don't. And the thing is, it's like, why? I'm trying to think. Okay, why don't I want to watch it? And it's like because I don't.
I love superheroes. I want to watch a new superhero thing right now.
I do.
That's a new superhero thing I could be watching.
Currently,
but I just don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's one thing because like Titans, I've like heard it's bad, so I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I already don't really want to hear.
I never heard bad things about Doom Patrol. I just haven't heard much about it at all.
I've heard very little, but what I have heard has been moderately good. So it's like, okay, the show deserves a chance. But it's like, no.
Will I give it the chance? Probably not.
I should. Like, I understand I'm cheating the show out by not giving it a chance. But at the same time, I have no desire to see the show right at the moment.
Yeah.
Something needs to change my mind.
Maybe once this new season comes out, everyone start talking about it again. And if that happens, maybe I'll give it a chance. But, you know, we'll see. I don't know.
You think there's any chance that anything from Bad Batch would coincide with Book of Boba Fett?
Fennec was in Bad Batch.
Right.
My guess is that at the very, very end of Bad Batch, you know, they went to that one planet and a couple of those characters had outfits that one scientist guy who was going to experiment on Baby Yoda wore. So I assume they did like early stage, you know, like new cloning tech there. I don't know if I want some kind of canon duel between Cad Bane and Boba. Whether that be in animated form or in Book of Boba Fett, I don't care. I want to see it happen.
Well, my thing is like, do you think because they had the like unfinished episodes or whatever where that happened already? Do you think they're just going to use that again just at a later time now?
I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah, because I mean it's been like retcon, but like they could still, I don't know.
It wasn't even really retcon because Cad Bane had like a metal plate in his head from where he got shot.
That's true. Yeah, it could have just happened.
Yeah. So it happened. It's just not, we haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Dude, that was still like the best thing. Cad Bane, I was like, oh! Yelling. I was like, yo! My boys. I've never rooted so hard for a bad guy since the last time Star Wars made me root that hard for the bad guy.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, I was like, bro, stand down. You're gonna get. I was like, just let him go. You're not gonna win.
He has a cool hat on. You don't stand a chance.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, you see that hat? You already lost. Like, you might as well just surrender now. Cad Bane, what a legend.
Yep. In other nerd news, Venom Let There Be Carnage is going to be a crisp 97 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think so. Less time for weird people talking moments, more time for symbiotes ripping each other apart.
Yeah, because Venom is definitely a movie that, even though it's like an hour, it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, it feels much longer. And it's not even really because it's like bad, it just kind of drags. Like it just,
They spend
I've
a
already said
lot.
before. Sorry, go.
No. I cut you off. Go.
I've said before that it's not really I wouldn't call it a bad movie. I just have no strong feelings about it. It's a 5. It is a hard borderline it exists movie. I can't recommend it. I won't shy anyone away from it. It exists. Like, and because of that, because there's nothing interesting happening, it feels so long.
Because a lot of the movie feels like they're kind of building towards it, but they kind of just aren't really doing anything. Like it really, yeah, because like really though, they spend 30, 45 minutes doing something that could have been done in 10 minutes. And it's kind of just like, yeah, we're spending all this time and Eddie and the symbiote are really getting the bonds. Like you could have just kind of been doing that quicker and less. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to go into Eddie. Like, and it feels like it took a while to get started too.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he even gets the symbiote till like over a half hour in. And I'm kind of just like, he's kind of just doing his thing and researching about this company. And there's that lady he's talking to, and then the lady's dead, and all this. And it's just like, we could have just started where he.
Why would you get Jenny Slate and then not make her funny? Like, what's the point? She's like one of the most funny people on the entire planet, and she doesn't get to do anything. Like, what? Why?
I feel like she had like more to do, and then wasn't, and then it got like changed. I don't know.
That checks out.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking, which is weird because again, the movie was still kind of long. But yeah, like because again, like you said, I don't think you because that's like she's one of those actors that's like that's a choice. That's not just like a fill in. That's a choice. You're like, I need this person for this. You're not just you don't just need a person. You need a specific, like, you know what I mean? Like you don't just get these like certain actors or actresses.
Yes, like she's one of those people that like you get either to be funny and or her because her voice is so distinct that like her voice alone is just objectively very funny. But like, but just her delivery and everything else just is always hilarious. Yeah, they didn't even really she didn't really like use either of that to the best of their ability, which isn't her fault. I'm sure the direction was just terrible, like, or at least or non-existent. If like I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I think it was cut because it's like you get this person like if they're not basically like you said if they're not using that attribute being funny, why are they even? It's like getting Morgan Freeman for a non-speaking role. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're getting Morgan Freeman, he's gonna either narrate or talk a lot.
Yes,
I'm just gonna stand there.
But with Venom, Let There Be Carnage being a crisp 97 minutes, including credits, this does kind of run the have potential to maybe run to a situation of the like inevitable, romance scenes to feel like they're taking too long in the moment because we know we have such a short amount of time of movie to watch that like if one romance scene takes 3 minutes, that's kind of a significant portion of the movie that we could have been seeing Venom and Carnage beating each other up. Like
true, but also their budget because CGI for Venom versus Carnage is probably going to be a lot.
Yes.
So like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we're honestly gonna see like almost like Venom on one side of the screen, Carnage on the other side of the screen for the first encounter or two, and they're not going to be like in the same frame to like the end, pretty much, because like money and junk. But like,
I almost guarantee we've seen 60% of Carnage in the trailers.
Oh, absolutely.
If not more than that.
The scene with the guy where he like puts his like tentacle thing in the guy, and then obviously like the what church or wherever they are with like
Mm,
yeah, like those are the biggest moments for sure.
yeah, and like the majority of the footage with Carnage in it has already been shown. Almost guarantee it. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Because again, that was their because that's their selling point. Like,
yeah,
and like,
sure.
granted, if you got it, flaunt it. I mean, you could just show less, but I mean, it
They're
does look
Sony.
good.
They don't know how to do that.
Exactly, exactly, and it does look good. So I mean,
Yeah.
Props, but
Like it's kind of a situation where both Mortal Kombat and Godzilla versus Kong were sub 2 hours. Where like we don't need any unnecessary subplots, even though Godzilla v Kong still had dumb unnecessary subplots. we don't need
like
you know
more than one, which was really annoying.
yeah.
Sorry.
Godzilla v Kong easily could have been 40 minutes. No one would have cared. uh, so where in both those movies' case, I think the shorter was preferred. As long as they used the time effectively, which weirdly enough, Mortal Kombat I think did, even though it wasn't a great movie, like it still used the time it had very effectively. It didn't feel like it took too much time. It didn't really feel like it was rushing anything. It just kind of wasn't great because it's a Mortal Kombat movie. uh, whereas Venom 2, if they know what they want to get done, if what they want to get done only takes 90 minutes and it's effective, sure. You don't need more movies. Should try to be 90 minutes. I've kind of gotten over every single movie being over 2 hours. I'm over it.
Yeah, because it's like every movie feels like it needs to be now or won't be considered a movie. I'm like, if you like, it's kind of like after when you get to a certain point in school where it's like, you don't have page limits anymore. It's kind of just right until your point is made, kind of.
Yep.
I feel like more movies should adopt that philosophy because again, like especially when you have like for Venom 1, for example, when you have 2+ hours, but you only have so much budget for CGI, especially on the first one. So like you can only have so much awesome in 2 hours and 10 minutes because you only have so much budget. So you have to compensate by only partially having Venom parts for a lot of the movie or only doing quick things and having to really rely on the whole voiceover thing. But yeah, now you cut 45 minutes off your movie almost. Like, yeah, now you can have more time of the movie focused on actually like doing Venom stuff. So I think like you said, Godzilla versus Kong, if it had been like an hour, like it could have been like an hour 10 or hour 15, honestly. Nobody would have been upset.
I definitely wouldn't.
No, because like what? People are like, no, I want more human drama. No, man. Like the fact that humans have speaking parts other than is like weird to me.
Godzilla. Other than no.
Right? Like unless it is screaming, yelling, and like the sound of dying, like it's kind of irrelevant. Wow, that sounds really terrible out of context.
Context of a movie about two giant monsters beating the crap out of each other.
Yes. Like Kong should have the most speaking parts, but unfortunately not. But yeah, so maybe this will teach other movies to adopt this philosophy, especially those type, like what type of movies need to be this short and sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, Venom 2 is coming out this Friday. I might see it. Might not. If I hear it's actually pretty good, I might. If I hear it's actually really bad, I might. If I hear literally middle of the road things again like Venom 1, I'm not gonna bother.
Unless I hear it's like really bad, I'm probably gonna see it. Just because why not? And I need to go to the movies before November at least once. So this is probably gonna be the movie.
just like need to like just because you feel like you need to, or for like some obligation?
Well, me and my friends always go to the movies. So like unless we just don't go to the movies for the next month and change for Eternals, like we're probably gonna go and see Venom.
Yeah.
Everything else out, it's gonna be like I don't know, like Halloween and stuff like that, and I ain't doing that.
Right. Yeah, I think that's all the topics I have written down. Do you have anything else you want to bring up or discuss?
No. No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. So with that, we will see you all next time.
Take care, everybody.